Dr. Choll Kim here from not so sunny San Diego, California. It's been raining like crazy lately, and us sensitive San Diegans can't handle this cold weather. In any way, we have an awesome case today. This is a very healthy, very young 50-year-old. She's a hairstylist from Carmel Valley. She has chronic back pain, but more recently she developed severe left leg pain, 8 out of 10, and she's a hairstylist, so it's really hard on somebody that has to lean over and assume kind of awkward postures while they're working all day long, and they're also standing. If you look really closely, at first it doesn't look so bad, but if you look at the perisagittal images where the exiting nerve root comes out and a part of the nerve called the DRG, the dorsal root ganglion, it is like the most sensitive structure of the nerve. That's where that is, and if you have a disc bulge there and it touches the nerve, ouchie, it is really painful. We did a targeted transforaminal injection with both an anesthetic and a steroid, and the anesthetic provided 50% relief of her back and left leg pain. So we're pretty confident that this is a significant contributor to her pain that limits her quality of life. So we've decided to proceed with surgery. She is associated with the military, TriCare, and we love TriCare because they take such good care of their people. This is one of the few insurances that covers laser endoscopic surgery. So we're all very excited about getting her better so she can make people look beautiful. And let's face it, this day of COVID, we need some bright lights out there to keep us going. Okay, we're getting started. I made the perfect poke hole using intraoperative imaging. And I'm going to use the spaghetti noodle dilator. Look how thin and delicate this is. I'm going to stick my little pinky out, and I'm going to be like Helen Keller right now. But we will get this right to the perfect surgical target site. So I've got the spaghetti noodle dilator exactly where I want it. Put a tiny little needle inside the disc, shot and save, and I'm going to inject it from the middle. It should come leaking out the back. That is a busted up kakapupu disc. You can see it making its way back that way. It's a far lateral disc herniation, so we may not see it as easily shot. So here's the endoscope. I don't know if you can see this stream right here. We call that old man pee-pee level. It's all underwater. There's a working channel. And I think doing the surgery under constant irrigation, i.e. underwater surgery, has benefits all on its own. You never let stuff accumulate. And look at this, the disc herniation is already coming out like a pimple popping maneuver. Oh, jeez, look at that, it's just jumped out at me. I know if I had a herniated disc, there'd be no question how I'd want it. Look at that, let's call him George. It's a boy. Okay. I'm sure there's more in there. Alrighty, this is the first look. A big piece already came flying out, but there's a lot more here. And then this is Wagner's arch, the first anatomic structure. Usually I can see the pedicle just to the right of this, but clearly, look at that. And if you get an x-ray, it should be curling around the pedicle. Shot. Just like that. So now I know exactly where I am in three-dimensional space. I just got to get to work now. This is the Elman probe. It's a bipolar radio frequency probe because it's specialized and it's bent and it's got a trigger that allows me to surf around all over the place. You'll see me use the laser in a bit, but I cannot do this surgery without the trigger flex probe. Impossible. A lot of people don't use the laser, but I can't do the surgery without the laser either, and you'll see in a little bit why. So look at how incompetent that disc is. So here's the side-firing holmium laser. That red dot, that's the targeting laser. That's not the actual laser. That's the kind of laser you have on your pen. But it tells me exactly where I'm going to go. It allows me to literally be laser focused, laser precise. And more importantly, the Elman probe is an electrical device. Electricity can shock a nerve and conduct through tissue. A laser is non-electrical. It's almost mechanical. So I don't know if you can hear this tapping. It goes when I used to do the surgery with a patient awake, they would be like, "What's that tapping?" Because it's a mechanical event. That light, which we call photon energy, is mechanical. And I can feel it tapping right there. But I can get right next to a nerve and work without fearing that it's going to conduct electrically. And look at this. This thing's going to come flying out right there like a pimple. Look at how awesome the laser is. Just caressing the back of the disc. Look at that. It's totally incompetent. There's a lot of loose pieces in here. I'm just getting the loose pieces. I'm not even grabbing anything. I'm just kind of like, alrighty, I got the big disc herniation from that big cavity. Now I'm looking backwards toward me out the lateral aspect of the neuroforamen. Make sure that the exiting nerve root is happy and carefree. Because this cockapoo, the nerve, exiting nerve is way over here, where all that blood is. And look at that, there's a piece right here. Look at that. Name this Jeffrey. He'll probably come flying out. Let me have my favorite tooth terrier real quick. Pesky little thing, look at that. It's like bobbing for apples. So cute. Maybe it was a girl. Alrighty, I'm all done. You could see where all the inflammation was, but this is where the disc herniation was. I looked all the way around. There's the exiting nerve root. Look away. It's like porn. Can't help but look at it. Inflammazione. Oh, I'm very happy. Now I just need to do the radiofrequency ablation, and I'm done. And hopefully, you'll get back to your life and have a great New Year's. Surgery's all done. We did it through that little poke hole, and I know you're allergic to the absorbable suture, so we just put a little bit of skin glue. And now for the Band-Aid. And these are the pieces that we collected. There's way more pieces than that, but that big chunk right there came flying out as soon as I put the endoscope in. It was yearning to escape. It felt really good. It was like popping a pimple, if you're into that sort of thing. And this is the part that I just get the most kick out of. A Band-Aid from Vons. So, we're all rooting for you and wishing you a speedy recovery and a happy new year. Right, guys?